Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Couple quick clarifications. Number one, I am trading futures. If you don't know what futures are, I'll put a link down below in the description area to a totally free 4-part series that'll walk through the futures market and how it works. And in a nutshell, though, one thing that maybe gets you interested is if you are annoyed by that pattern day trader rule in the futures market, there is zero pattern day trader rule. So you have unlimited day trades every single day. Second, I am trading futures through a prop firm. What is a prop firm? How does a prop firm work? Which prop firm am I using? All that information you can see at the link there at the top of the screen. I'll also put it down in the description area. But in a nutshell, a prop firm is a way for you to put very little of your money at risk, and then you have a whole lot of upside potential. So if you want to learn more on that, like I said, just check out that link. So I will go ahead and, well, I should note, I've already made one trade. And this was actually already, quote unquote, last night. In terms of when I'm recording this video, that's the other nice thing about the futures market is they are open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. So there's a lot of time to be able to find trades and find time to trade. So yes, I'm at least starting this video out up a little bit in the green here. So we'll see if we can build up on that. But I will pause the screen recording software for now, and I'll be back as soon as I find a potential trade. All right, going to go ahead and pick up my first allotment there. Another allotment there. Blue line is my average price. I apologize if my order filled voice freaked you out. Got some more right there. All right, nice trade there. $255 on that one, so very good. This thing wants to come back up and potentially get a breakout. I'll start small again. That way, if I need to have some flexibility in the trade, I can have that. Okay, in. Opening allotment. Okay, another scalp there. So now I'm up over 300 on that one. There's the move up. To get more continuation now is the question. But either way, some good opening trades here. I'll pause and I'll keep a close eye on it. All right, I'm looking to get short at that red line here. Okay, I'm in, short. Blue line is my average price. A beautiful candle if it comes down to more. There we go. There we go. Come down. Oh, come down some more. There we go. Nice trade there. I was debating. I took out 5 and then I took out another 5. It's like, should I be scaling out one at a time? And hindsight has now told me, yes, Clay, you should have been scaling out one at a time. But so that was, well, I don't know. Had the price hit me and then skyrocketed back up, I would not be thinking that was a mistake. So this is all hindsight confirmation bias right now. Yes, it's easy to say I should have done that when I now know what happens of it coming down. But like I said, had it filled me for that second 5 and then skyrocketed back up, I'd be sitting here saying, well done, Clay. Good job. All right, I will pause. All right, looking to buy this pullback here. I think I missed a trade. This is on a different account. That's a nice thing with prop firms. You can have multiple accounts, and then you can do cool stuff with it. You can do things called copy trading and all that. But that's another topic for another day. Point here is I can understand, but wait, what happened to the numbers down here? I can valid question on your part, but that is why I am now on a different account here. Like I said, thinking about buying the pullback and just bought some right there. Oh, that didn't add up very much at all. Okay. Okay, that makes sense, though. All right. A little bit of a miscalculation on my part there. I For some reason, I thought that the scalp would add up to more than 12. I don't even know what I meant. $12 on it, something like that. So we'll see if I can get another one here. If it wants to pull back, I will pause. Okay, looking to buy the pullback here. Got some at that blue line. Next buy will be down there at that green line there if this wants to come down some more. Down to right there. So just small little scalps again. I'm giving myself flexibility, and you saw the power of flexibility on one of the first trades where I was able to build up more size. But yes, when you start small and if it goes in your direction immediately, then yeah, you're not going to make a whole lot. So that's what you sacrifice. Whereas if I had gone all in from the get-go, yeah, the gains would add up a lot quicker. But again, thinking back to that one trade where I was able to build some size, had I started all in on that one, it would have been a very, very rough ride. So there's always give and takes. On these past few ones, sure, the gains aren't adding up or aren't that big, but that's because I keep, getting my first entry point is actually a really good one, and it goes in my favor immediately. But again, referring back to that first trade, that first entry, or not necessarily the first trade, but one of the earlier trades, that first trade wasn't that good. So because of that, the price went against me, and because I gave myself flexibility, well, I had flexibility in the trade, and everything turned out actually very nicely. So there's always give and take in the market. Maybe that'll be the title of this video. There's always give and take. All right, we'll see if it wants to pull back a little bit more. Try to get down to that green line. I will pause. And as it bounces back up, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that one out and go back to the drawing board. All right, going to try to play another pullback here. Again, starting small. Do what it wants to do. At this point, I'm going to be just extra high maintenance. No idea if I'll get filled right there. If I'm not, that's okay. I'm still plenty green. So that's a nice thing when you're kind of good, solidly green on the day. You can start to get super high maintenance with your trades because worst case, you don't get filled and, oh, well, who cares? You're still plenty green. So give this a few more moments to see if it wants to drop down to that green line. All right, I'll pause. All right, well, never mind. As it heads back green, it is what it is. But like I said, high maintenance, that's okay. Not a big deal. I didn't get filled. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. But before I go, I want to invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering. So if you are a beginner trader, a struggling trader, maybe if you're like a battle-hardened veteran trader, maybe you'd get something from this, but I'm not sure in that category. But yes, struggling trader, beginner trader, I'm confident that you'll get multiple bits of information here that can really help you out in your journey as I kind of map out the right framework, make sure you're approaching the markets in the right way. And maybe that's why you're struggling. Maybe you have a flaw in your thinking. Maybe you have a flaw in your logic that may seem logical, but again, when you're not quite sure, you don't quite sure which things can be a little off base. And that's what makes trading difficult, because there are things that do on the surface make sense, but they don't actually make sense when you peel back more layers. So that class, or this class will help you out with several of those areas. So if you think that can be of any value, then check out the link in the description area, or just go to claytrader.com/live to learn when the next live class is. Also, I am live streaming, so if you have not yet, swing by. I start at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and usually I go for a few hours. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications so you can be reminded of when I do go live if you want to see some of this play out right before your very eyes. So thanks for hanging out. As always, hit that like button and go get signed up for the free class.